Well, let's get started. This is the speaking test of International English Language Testing System taking place on Tuesday, 8 December 2020. The center is Hexa Super Show. The center number is BD001. The candidate is Tariq. The candidate number is 0025. The examiner is Afan. The examiner number is 005. Well, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your full name?
My full name is Tariq. Please call me Tareq.
Well, where are you from?
I'm from Sylhet. I live here in Uposhoro.
Okay, can I see your identification, please?
Yes, here you go.
Okay, that's fine. Well, in the first part of this test, I'd like to ask you some personal questions about yourself. Let's talk about the language you speak. How many languages can you speak?
I speak a total of 3 languages. Firstly, obviously, Bangla. This is my mother tongue. Secondly, it's English because I have studied my whole life in a British curriculum school where it is where we are forced to speak in English. And third, it's a bit interesting. I can speak very well Hindi. I have earned my skill by watching Hindi films. I'm a big fan of Bollywood.
Okay. Well, why did you learn a foreign language?
The world is a mixture of many cultures. Every cultures have their own language. So it is better for a person to learn more languages than their mother tongue, because every time they will visit places outside their home country, they will meet new people who speak new languages. So it is better to learn at least 2 or 3 languages so that they can express themselves in every part of the world.
Well, how does your speaking of a foreign language benefit you?
I think numerously, because speaking a foreign languages gives me idea about their lives, their culture, how do they speak. So I think it brings me closer to their life.
Well, let's talk about mobile phones. Have you got a mobile phone?
Yeah, probably 2 years back when I passed my O-levels, my father gave me one.
Well, who do you usually communicate with on the mobile phone?
I think mostly friends, because now we are currently living in a pandemic situation where we don't get to meet our friends very often. So I think our mobile phones is the only place where we all can come at one point and share our ideas and experiences.
Okay. Have you ever experienced anything inconvenience on the phone?
Yeah, a few days back when I was approached by someone whom I didn't know, and that person tried to convince me to come up on a video call and see me. So I immediately figured out that this person is obviously someone who is not well liked. So that's why I instantly ignored him.
Well, how does your mobile phone benefit you?
I think obviously during my leisure times, I think mostly around more than 60% of my leisure times I pass on my mobile phones, playing video games, watching movies, chatting with my friends. So I think mobile phone plays the vital role in my leisure times.
Well, let's talk about movies. Do you enjoy watching movies?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of Indian movies. Other than Indian, I watch Spanish and German movies dubbed in English.
Well, what are some of your favorite type of movies?
Mostly biography. Recently I watched a film about the life of Indian cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. So there it expressed his whole life, how he built his career. So not only about Sachin Tendulkar, about every biography type movie I have seen, I like to learn about the life of genius people, how did they build their lives and come to this point where everybody knows them in the world.
Well, have you ever watched making of a movie?
Well, actually, to be honest, I never watched, because making of a movie is nothing exciting. Here, every scene is repeated, they rehearsal several times. So I think I like to watch the final product, the film, mainly the film, not the making.
Okay. Well, let's talk about sports. Do you like sports?
I think massively. I'm a big fan of football along with cricket, but mostly football. My favorite team is Brazil, and I'm a big fan of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay. Do you enjoy watching sports more or playing them?
I like playing more, because like playing makes me feel that I'm on the field and people are watching me all over the world. But although like it's limited, I play in my field which is near my home. So I think like playing gives me the physical exercise which every person needs. Since I'm a student, I don't get a lot of free times to exercise my body. I think playing does help me to keep me fit.
Well, what are some sports you'd love to play but you cannot?
Firstly is chess. I'm a big fan of chess, but I have never met any people in my life who can teach me playing chess. So I have watched a recent series about playing chess and I'm very quite excited to learn this. And as soon as I meet someone who can teach me, obviously I will earn my skills in it.
Well, thank you. Well, in this part of this test, now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think what you are going to say. You can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Well, here's your paper, here's your pen. I want you to describe an activity during your leisure time. Remember, you have 1 minute to make notes. Time up. Start now.
In our daily busy life, I think leisure times plays a vital role to keep our brain fresh. So I think, to be honest with you, as I'm a student of A levels, I have huge study pressure both from my academic career and also from IELTS. So to be honest, I don't get enough leisure times, but I still get around 1 hour each day. So mostly I spend my leisure times with my friends and sometimes on my mobile phones by playing video games. I'm a very good video game player. When I go out with my friends, I like to go in a restaurant to have something to eat, sometimes lunch, sometimes breakfast at the evening, or sometimes have dinner. So I think the persons with whom I like to spend my times are mostly my family and friends. Spending free times with family makes the bond within the family stronger, and with friends I like to spend, because this is the time to spend free times with friends, because after a few days later we will be separated in different parts of the world. So last time we are seeing our friends. So mostly when I get a few hours of free time, I like to hang out with my friends, with a bunch of people. We like to visit different spots, visit different restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants now here in Sylhet, in our hometown. So I like to, since I'm a foodie person, I like to taste new dishes in each restaurant. And mostly like a full day leisure time brings me to a tour, because I'm a travel fan people. Out of all the leisure activities, I think playing football is second to none. Football gives me joy, gives me the physical exercise and the brain refreshment that I get from playing football. I think it is second to nothing. So playing football keeps me fit, keeps me motivated and always active in my all activities. Like while praying or while doing my classes, if I have played for at least half an hour or 1 hour, I feel refreshed, I feel relaxed, I feel as if my brain is working with its 100% capacity. So playing football is like out of the world. It has been the most favorite leisure activities of all.
Okay, thank you. Can I have paper and pencil?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, do you enjoy your leisure now more than you did as a child?
I think, to be honest, it's now because as a child, I think my whole day was my leisure time since I had only my schools and no coachings and other stuff. But now I hardly get any time, so every second of it I like to spend now. I enjoy more now.
Well, so you have been talking about your activities during your leisure. Now in this part of this test, I'm going to ask you some general questions related to the topic you were given. Well, what are the some common activities people do in their free time in your country?
Actually, this varies from people to people and from ages to ages. In case of childs, they'll I think hardly get any. Their whole day is obviously a leisure time after school. So like sometimes they play with their family, grandfathers, father and mother, or sometimes before evening with their neighboring friends. Teenage people are more interested in outdoor activities like cycling, swimming, or going out to play cricket or badminton. But people of our ages, we hardly get any time, and mostly it is after like late in the night. So I think by playing video games at home is the best way to spend the leisure times at this time. And in case of elderly people, they like to have a walk with people of their ages, talk about any general topic like politics. So this varies.
Well, is it important for people to relax in their leisure time?
Obviously, relaxation is like some sort of refueling our body. If a person passes like 15 to 16 hours a day at their work and they don't get any time to relax, their brain will collapse, they will become very tired and very tired to do other stuff like spending time with their family, going out with friends. So relaxations give us the motivation to pass the whole day actively.
Well, is it better to spend your free time doing outdoor activities or indoor activities?
I think both is needed. Outdoor and indoor activities both are needed in our life. Indoor activities obviously above all passing times with our families comes first. This makes the bonds within the family stronger, makes the relation more brighter. And outdoor activities like cycling, swimming or playing football keeps us fit and refreshes our brain.
Well, how should students spend their free time?
I think by reading books that are not related to their academic career. Books are the main source of knowledge in this world. So learning about other things outside their academic career gives them more knowledge and helps them in the future.
Do you think people should do something creative or productive in their free time?
Well, obviously, as a human, we must ensure that every second of our life is productive. We should not spend any second by wasting. So sometimes, thinking about new ideas, new innovation can lead to some massive discoveries or inventions which might help the whole society. So I think being creative as a human is like a very good character.
Thank you, Tariq. That's the end of your speaking test.
Thank you.